I'm a huge believer as a career marketer that there is a convergence of marketing specialties happening right now, all into the growth engineer or the very versatile marketer. And that's because we're able to augment our gaps and weaknesses with AI now. So, say I was a paid marketer running meta ads for my career and didn't really understand too much on the email marketing side or vice versa. I can now augment my paid marketing skills and overall marketing skills with AI and Claude to help me run email campaigns. So, all of these use cases by function can be used by a non paid marketer or a non email marketer. As long as you're a marketer and understand the fundamentals, you're going to be able to leverage Claude again to augment some of the weaknesses or gaps in your skill set. So, starting off with paid marketing, I want to do a couple things here. Now, I'm a performance marketer by trade. That was kind of like the first career moves that I was taking when I was at companies like Postmates and Uber. And so I'm going to do some creative ideation. I want to do some performance analysis and an audit on my Google Ads account. We're going to do all of this in parallel. So let's start off with, we'll keep the Nordic Wave example going and kind of doing a little free advertising for them. But here we go. Given our website that I'm going to paste into here, give me some creative ideas and angles based off our value props and what we mentioned that we can use for our Meta and TikTok ads. And we're going to paste in the website link. We're going to get another task going, and I'm going to provide it with this URL, which is dummy data on what campaign performance data can look like. Give me an analysis on the data from our performance over the last handful of months that's in this Google Sheet. And we're going to paste this into here. And then lastly, I want to do an audit on my entire Google Ads account. Run an audit on my entire Google Ads account and provide me with suggestions on what I should be doing and low lift items that I can implement right away. And again, link for our Google Ads account. And let's go to this blue bubble, means we need to do something. So the site isn't accessible. Can you paste the website copy directly? This is odd. So we're going to be doing some debugging here in this lesson. Again, this is not a scripted course, and so it is not allowing. What's the issue? Like, why can't it access the website? Let's see what it says. Let's see how these are doing. Yep, it looks like it is. It's got the Google Ads account in the background here, and it's starting to audit it. So that's all working as it should. And let's see. By the network, my tools are used to, so I can't pull the content directly, is to just paste the text. Is there a way to browse the site with the Claude extension on Chrome? And I did not type that all exactly as it should have. So that's really cool with Claude, is it's got a Chrome extension, which we're going to do for this. So we'll go into here. Very odd that it's blocked. It typically is not, but we're going to use that same prompt from here and type it into this extension and just have it run it directly through Chrome. Let's see how everything else is doing. So it still looks like it's analyzing the data. It took a screenshot of the sheets. It's also auditing the Google Ads account. What's really cool is it tells you what it's doing. It kind of gives you the checklist of items that it needs to do. So you'll see it's giving you a look into its brain and how it's thinking about the process of this audit. So it's auditing the campaigns overview, the ad groups, the keywords, ads, assets, the bidding and budget settings. So it's going through a very comprehensive audit here, and it's showing you where it is with the progress. Now let's see what's going on over here. We're going to approve this plan, which is it's going to read the website, analyze the content for key themes, value props, pain points, and then generate creative ideas. So let's just approve that. and go back and see what's going on. So it looks like it is navigating through the Google Sheet and still kind of doing work there. And very quickly, it's already breaking down the Nordic Wave website for us. So it's identifying all of the value props. Number one vertical cold plunge, 10,000 plus happy customers, pro athlete endorsements from the NFL and pickleball. And let's keep scrolling. It's got the meta ad ideas, why vertical, education, so a hook on that. And it is giving me more ideas here. You're cold plunging standing up. It's giving you the entire idea for the ad and what the video will look like. And then overarching creative themes to test, so performance and recovery, financial accessibility, and it looks like it's finished up here. Can you add this into a document or PDF? And let's see, I actually don't know if the Chrome extension can do this, but let's see. I think it may just, yeah, it looks like it's opening up Google Docs for us, and it's going to create this in a Google Doc for us. All right, let's go back and see what's going on here. It is still doing the audit on performance data. And so we've got a lot of things going on here. It's still auditing the Google Ads account. And I will actually pause this live session. Once we have a little bit more progress across all of these tasks, we'll show you what's going on. All right, so after about 10, 15 minutes, we've got everything complete here. And I wanna make a couple notes. So I keep asking in this fresh instance of Cowork to create items in PDFs. Now, my usual account that I'm logged in with that has everything and all my brain and context will typically just output everything into PDF, as that's my preference. What I can do here, because I'm constantly asking it, you'll see here that it created the Google Ads audit in a doc format, is I can go in here and say, for future reference, can you add that I'd like all of these types of research and analysis docs in PDF format, add into the relevant MD file within my Claude Cowork folder. So we're going to hit enter there. And what we want to tell Claude is that for future, just output everything in PDF so I don't have to ask you twice. While this adds all of this for us, I'm going to open this in our folder. You'll see that it's adding everything inside of Cowork Lessons, which is the folder we created. Now, ideally what you want to have are subfolders within this folder. So we would ideally create something like ad analysis. And whenever we are running ad analyses, we're putting all of them into here by selecting the folder that we're working with. And that would come when we do a new task. We would say, choose a different folder, and we would go to our ad analysis folder. Now, when we run this ad analysis, it's going to place it into this folder, which is what we would want. But going back into here, let's see what it did. I've added it to your Claude MD file, so it applies globally across future sessions. So if we go into our Claude MD file, which is, so I actually don't know where this MD file is. I thought it would be in that lessons folder. So let's just ask Cowork. Again, not a scripted course, and I want to show you what you could be doing to ask Claude and go back and forth with it like I would do on a typical day. So it's at coworklessons.claude.md inside your selected folder. It lives in whatever folder you connected to Cowork under ClaudeMD. So let's just ask if it can open it for us. Can you open this for us? I've hit a limit. So we are going to upgrade this account. Found the issue. So it was actually saving, this is what happens when you've got two instances. It was saving the preference on PDF output into my main Claude account. And I will show you here that this is my Claude Cowork folder for that account. I've got a bunch of different MD files. And this is a great live look into like the brain of my actual account and what it looks like when it's fully built out. So I've got things like an About Me MD that has all the information on myself, active projects, my brand voice, content strategy, since I do write a bunch of content on LinkedIn, our team within the company, and then working preferences. But the main file here is the Claude MD, which has sort of like a TLDR on all the different sub, call it MD files, right? You've got the different terms that I'm using, the people, the active projects, all of those folders that I was just explaining, but it has it in this like cached version, which is like the TLDR short of it. And if it needs to call up even more information, say for active projects that it has right here, it will then open up the active projects MD. But you'll see here that the output format says that I'd like plans, docs, and research to be in PDFs. So there it is. I just wanted to show you how it added it in there. And now anytime I ask Claude to compile a report or something, it's going to output in a PDF. So let's go back here and let's go up to before I started to ask the update of the MD file and show this in the folder. So this is the meta performance analysis on this dummy data that we had here in a Google Sheet. So you'll see here that it's got all of the core metrics like our spend, our ROAS, the conversions, and then it's broken out by time in terms of like when the campaign was launched, by objective. It's really got a comprehensive analysis to how we're doing on Meta. And you can imagine we can also schedule this to run an analysis, call it on a weekly level, a monthly level, so we know what we should be doing. And what's really cool about this is you can even stack it. So you can say, run this analysis based on this analysis on the scheduled task, run the optimizations that you suggest, whether it's bidding up or down on campaigns and all of that. So now that we've viewed that, we will go back into Claude and see what we've got with the Google Ads side. So you'll see here, I had to ask it to make it into a PDF for us. Now it shouldn't, again, because of that preference that we added in the MD file. But we're going to show this in the folder as well. And this is the ads audit. This is actual live account data from the Google Ads account. As you saw, I pasted the URL for our campaign. We don't actually spend too much, and you'll see that there's critical account errors or notifications saying that the campaigns are paused, which they are. But that's because we wanted to pause them out. But it still ran the analysis. It looked at how many clicks we've had, the different campaigns, the ad groups within the campaigns, our competitors, the legacy campaign, even it's looking through it's looking at the keywords, what we should be doing. I mean, again, very comprehensive analysis here. Now, the last item were the social media ads based off of the website browsing. And I already sort of showed this, and it gave us different angles that we can be doing based off of the Nordic Wave website. But again, another opportunity for you to be able to schedule this across all of your competitors. And I know that there were some browser issues. I think a lot of websites are starting to block these, call it scrapers or Claude. But I think there's going to be a workaround for this if there's not already. But regardless, if there is an issue, you can copy and paste the entire website copy into Claude or use the Chrome extension for Claude. So that's about it. That sums it up for paid marketing. I wanted to show a couple of use cases on what you can be doing to augment your day-to-day when you're managing ad accounts, say on Google, TikTok, Meta, etc. So we're going to go into the next function, but that is it on the paid marketing front.